Hi, I'm Tracy Bergh, and I'm running for Washtenaw County Circuit Court Judge. This judge will have a family law docket, so they'll be deciding cases like custody, child support, and personal protection orders. And I want to run for this position because not only am I a lawyer with expertise in family law, but I'm a clinical social worker with experience treating people with mental health and substance abuse issues. And I'm really excited about bringing my combined expertise to the position. You know, my personal and professional passion is to provide access to justice for every citizen. When I worked at Legal Aid, I provided comprehensive legal services to over 1,000 low-income Washtenaw County residents. And I know what happens to people who do not have a voice in the courtroom. And I know that the court system does not work fairly for everyone. And I really want to change that. My promise to you is that I'm going to listen attentively, consider thoughtfully, and make ethical decisions for every case that comes into my courtroom. I will not allow someone to not be heard simply because they don't have a lawyer. You know, as I mentioned, before attending law school, I practiced as a clinical social worker. I worked with adolescents who otherwise would have been in prison. They came to me who had substance abuse and other issues. I worked with adults with mental health issues. And from my clients, I learned how the system fails people. And that's partly my motivation to run for a judge. We just simply must do better for people. Our courtrooms function like emergency rooms. And people come to court who should be getting treatment at mental health facilities and in substance abuse centers. And I want to work hard to change the situation. You know, my connection to organizations who serve vulnerable community members will help keep me informed. I want to know what's happening on the ground, and I want to know what I can do as a judge to improve the situation. You know, for years, I've served on a number of organizations, including the Michigan Prisoner Reentry Initiative. You know, I know that people coming out of prison need to feel human again to reintegrate, and they need to have a chance. I do not want to see offenders in my courtroom because meaningful options were foreclosed to them or they didn't get the help that they needed. You know, as a legal aid lawyer, I work to serve the elderly, the disabled, those who were escaping violence, the poor. And I know without my help, they would have been at a disadvantage. As an assistant attorney general, I continue to work to improve services to vulnerable populations. And I've also worked closely with organizations that serve undocumented immigrants, and I've learned about the fears that they have of going into a courthouse. I am always going to do my best, no matter who you are, to make sure that you feel safe and so that you will be heard. Let's be real. The courts they're far from perfect, and they have systematically doled out unfair decisions in our community. Our justice system is flawed. But I want to be a judge so I can help make it better, do my part, and whatever I can to help people in this community. Some of the services I plan to implement are, first, I'm going to make sure that self-represented litigants have a fair hearing. I will not let attorneys shut down a party that is unrepresented. My courtroom will be user-friendly and fact-focused. We will have forms available, and we will have people available to inform self-represented litigants about procedures and information that they need for their cases. Second, all of my court personnel will be trained on how to provide trauma-informed services. You know, people often are too traumatized or threatened to fully participate in court. And then the court cannot get all the information. I'm going to do my best to remove those barriers and to make people feel safe. And third, as a clinical social worker, I can add and will be adding social work interns to support community members who come before the court and need services. If there's assistance available to help people and get them out of our court system and instead get them the help they need, I'm going to make sure that happens. Finally, I'm going to work tirelessly to establish specialty courts throughout Washtenaw County. And as a former social worker, I am uniquely qualified to do that. My name is Tracy Vandenberg. I humbly ask for your vote, and for more information, please check out www.tracyforjudge.com. And thank you so much for your time.